Hey guys, welcome back to another episode here on the Scorpius School of Slamcraft. What you're about to see are two very casual crafts that happen live on stream, and I'm explaining every single thing that I do, so I decided to put everything together into a video, hoping that it's gonna help somebody out there. It's common knowledge now, and you guys should know all of these things and how they work. But yeah, hopefully you're gonna enjoy these casual crafts here and the explanations and understanding how people crafting really good items and a little bit more deterministic and specific. Anyway, I'm gonna pop in here and there in case I say something wrong during the live, and I'm gonna correct myself. But here we go. Okay, so we've got a good ring. This is an item level 81. And it already has tier 3 physical damage to attacks. Not bad, not amazing. Then we have a T2 fire resistance, 38%, pretty decent. And tier 3 strength. Just so you know how I got this ring, is simply dropped on the ground while I was doing maps. Otherwise, if this was a white base, I would have hit it with a perfect transmutation and a perfect augmentation and a perfect regal. That's usually what I do with the white bases. But this one just dropped as you see it. So what we want to do here is we got a greater exalted, because the higher the exalted is, greater, perfect, whatever, it hits the items with higher modifiers. And the perfect one is too expensive. It's like 4 divine. So I'm going to go with a greater exalted. But here's what we're going to do. We're going to use 3 different omens to try and hit this exactly what we want. Omen number 1 is going to be Omen of Greater Exaltation, which is going to make our Exalted Orb hit it with 2 modifiers instead of 1. And it says random, but it's not going to be random because we're going to use Omen of Sinistral Exaltation, that it's only going to add prefixes. And here, what I mean by it's not random, it's not going to be random whether it's going to be prefix or suffix. It will be random modifiers, but it's not going to be random when it comes down to prefix and suffix. And this one, as you can see, has 1 prefix and 2 suffix, so it has a space for 2 prefixes. And last but not least, the brand new one, the Homogenizing Exaltation, which what's going to do is going to hit the Exalted with modifiers of the same type as an existing modifier, which what I'm hoping is going to happen is going to take the attack, the flat attack, and provide us with 2 more. Cold, lightning, lightning, fire, fire, cold, doesn't matter. Or it could give increased lightning, increased cold, shit like that. It could happen because if you check Path of Exile and PoE 2DB, you're going to see that this modifier is also an attack and it could give us the increase. Anyway, we're going to activate these 3 and 3, 2, 1, hit. Not bad. I'm happy, bro. It worked. It's also good to mention here that all modifiers with the attack tag on Path of Exile or PoE 2DB or whatever you guys are looking at could have been added to this ring. I just got lucky that I got 2 flat and the increase. I could have gotten something like accuracy, for example, which is still a attack tag. It gave me cold damage and a fire increase. And cold damage is tier 2, fire increase is tier 1. And we already have a 1 more suffix to go. And we're going to hit it with an Abyssal. Let's do that together here. Where is it? Rare jewel, rare waystone. I don't have one. Okay, anyway, what we need, as I said before, is we're going to need a preserved collarbone for 21 chaos. It's definitely worth it. We're going to hit it. There you go. And the last thing that we need here is going to be the new omen, which is called Omen of Abyssal Echoes, which is another 32 chaos. So what happened there is that the preserved collarbone is going to hit it with a desecrated mod, which is this green thing that you guys see here, which is unveiled modifier. We need to go to the Well of Souls so we can unveil it and see what it is. Yeah, it's a veiled mod, not an unveiled mod. It's a veiled mod and then you go and unveil it. The reason why we got the Omen of Abyssal Echoes is because this shit, while it's active and you go to unveil the mod, it's going to allow you to reroll in case you have shitty modifiers. This is definitely not a mandatory step when you guys are crafting or getting into crafting. It's a really good omen. If in case you get something negative, you can reroll and try again. But it is expensive and it's not mandatory. There are 2 ways that you can craft. Either you invest into these omens and try your chances, or you don't and you invest in the higher currency instead of the omen. And also the exploit that we found out earlier in point 3, where you can see the mods and then use the omen, no longer works. So do not experiment with that. Don't try it. It doesn't work. Okay, here we go. So this is triggered. So now we're going to put it in and we're going to reveal. This is very low. This is terrible. That's the highest tier res. Yeah, the 17 is tier 1 actually. So we might keep this in. Strength and intelligence. And what did we get? Fire. Okay, so there isn't something else. Lightning and chaos. So let me try and price check this. I'm gonna decrease everything, move away from the base. Okay, I'm gonna remove the strength first and see if this exists. It does, with 2 divines. What's his damage though? I have more fire. I have strength. I think his is stronger than mine. But also mine could be stronger because of the strength, and everybody that's running CI is not going to need the extra chaos. Actually, he sold it for 2. I'm going to go for 3. Just to see if it's going to sell. Anyway, pretty decent stuff there. Alright, so what we're doing here, chat, is we have a pretty decent amulet with 45% maximum energy shield, a tier 1, which is really, really good. It increases the global energy shield of your build. It's not local. So if you have like 1k, this shit is going to give you 450 extra. Okay, so it's big. Tier 1 rarity, big stuff. And then tier 3 lightning resistance, not that great. But it's still there. It's still something that we can use. Once again, I picked up this amulet exactly as you see it from the ground whenever I was doing my maps. I haven't slapped it with anything. This is how it came, and we started immediately with this concept of crafting. Now, to make this close to perfect, we will add, before we add our greater exalted, because as you can see, there's 1 prefix and 2 suffixes. We want to use the new abyssal tech, which is the desecrated mods, right? Which are the ones, the green ones that you need to go in and veil. In order for us to try and target something good, is first thing that we need to do is we need to go to this beautiful website, PoE2DB, and if we choose the amulets right here, we can go down and see all the modifiers, and we care about the desecrated modifiers, right? So if I look at the prefixes versus the suffixes are pretty cool, not bad, but we will attempt to get global defense. But let's say you guys want something else, not global defense, but you want energy shield from body armor or evasion from body armor. You see that there are tags here with names, like weird ass names, Amanamu, Kurgal, and Ulaman. These things are now new tags and new names for each category, and they exist in suffixes and prefixes. Why this is important is because of the omens that we're going to be using. So this one that I chose is Amanamu. There's another one. This one right here is called Omen of the Black-Blooded, that is going to attempt to add a Kurgal instead of Amanamu. And then the Omen of Sovereign is going to add an Ulaman. Okay, so these are the names. We're looking for global defense, which means that we care about Amanamu. Actually, now that I think about it, I don't know if I want the global defense now that I've seen these. Yeah, generalizing it is going to be better. I think it's going to be worth more. 50% increased energy shield from equipped body armor is pretty insane. But that locks it only for builds that have massive energy shield on the body armor. And the same goes for the evasion one. And if I look at this and try and be smart about it, if I look at the 4 prefixes that we can get from Amanamu, there's only 1 that's good. So that's going to be a 25% chance for me getting what I need. And I honestly think that the Ulaman is better because it either gives me evasion rating from equipped body armor, and almost every single build uses evasion. Obviously, not all builds use evasion. What I meant here is that the most popular builds use evasion, like an armed monk, Deadeyes. So I want to craft something for the mass so I can be able to overprice it easier. But also, it gives me deflection rating, which would also be massive for a lot of builds with evasion. So here, I have a 50% chance of getting something decent. Because of that, we need to change the Amanamu, the Omen of the Liege, to one that says Ulaman, which is this one right here, Omen of the Sovereign. And then the next Omen is going to be the Omen of Sinistral Necromancy, which will add only prefixes. Because if I didn't use this Omen, then my desecration could have been suffix or prefix. Depends, right? But I don't want it to depend. I want it to specifically target the prefixes so we can have 50% chance of getting what we need. And if you look at this, it has 4 choices. So there's no chance that I'm not going to get at least one thing that I need. Whereas with the Amanamu, I could have gotten something that I don't need. So because it's 4 choices, I need 2 out of the 4. There's no chance that it's not going to give me that choice because it always gives you 3 options. So I'm not going to waste my money for the reroll. They don't even have tiers. It's not like tier 1 to 8 or stuff like that. Yeah, correct. But it is 15 to 25. It could give me the lowest one, but it's fine. Okay? So here's how we do it in action. Omen of the Sovereign, Omen of Sinistral Necromancy have to be on. Okay? And make sure that your third Omen, if you go for the rerolls, that's on as well. Then we click on Preserved Collarbone and we hit the Amulet. And now we go to reveal. There it is. We got both of them, actually. We got both of the things that we needed. 39% increased evasion rating from equipped body armor and 11% increased deflection rating. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to go and see which one is the highest. Deflection is super low. It's the lowest that it could be. 10 to 20%, we got 11%. Whereas the increased energy shield is at 39%, which is also pretty low. But I think... not energy shield, but evasion, sorry. 39% increase evasion rating from your equipped body armor. It's pretty good, man. I think we just hit them with 2 greater and hope for the best at this point. All right, let's see what we're going to get. 27% spell damage, a tier 1. What's the last one? Yeah, the last one's pretty bad. Life regen. Nah, it's fine, whatever. I'm going to put it at 1D and see if it's going to sell. And it actually did. 1 divine for the amulet, and I had to reduce the price from 3 divine to 2 divine for the ring, and that sold as well. Once again, this is pretty casual crafting. We're going to have more advanced and explain absolutely everything for every single crafting system, item, omen, you name it, on the next episode of Slamcraft. I just wanted to show you how I casually crafted a couple of pieces for a few divines to help you sustain your gear or crafting or stuff like that. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this one. If you did, make sure that you like and let me know in the comment section down below if this helped you. If you want more episodes like these, if I should explain them more and take my time to explain it even more instead of rushing it. And yeah, that's it. If you want to support the channel, make sure you subscribe. And if you want to watch me experiment with crafting or different theory crafting for builds and stuff like that, you can always catch me live over on twitch.tv/scorpius_ent. Thank you very much for watching, and I'm going to see you guys on the next episode of the Scorpius School of Slamcraft.